if you don't fully get the address,
Holy smokes, a new face.
if you don't fully get the
fine, it's
address,
Sean.
you get a sequence with Ethan where he's distressed that he doesn't have the full address, so he starts looking for like clues.
Yeah.
Okay.
On how to do that, and you what the clue is what you hear a ship horn
Yes.
over a recorded conversation with Sean, and that's your clue that he's at the ship.
Okay.
He's at a ship.
See, now if he had part of the address and that ship horn
Yeah.
2 days ago,
Yeah.
he would have found him.
I heard shit.
But I
heard
also
shit
heard
porn,
shit
too.
porn.
yeah, I heard shit porn.
That ain't that. Sorry.
Wait, you heard shit porn? I heard ship porn.
Yeah, shit
okay.
porn.
See, I heard
I heard
shit porn.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, not my kink.
I thought we were back at the club with that guy.
All right, this is the last scene. And
yeah,
we're back to this.
I know that we knew Sean, but we never saw Sean's face like that, like the other characters.
Yeah. Right here, Dad.
I swear. I swear. If you black out right now, okay. So give it some oomph.
Gotta open this goddamn grate. Gotta find something fast.
Gotta let him out. Gotta let him out. Definitely drowning. Definitely drowning.
Leverage.
Shit.
I mean, it was
Imagine
still
coming
yeah.
so close.
Don't stop. It was still working. Just
Sean, I didn't know you could swim.
God forbid he falls into it.
well. Now we're both in this problem. Oh boy, this is gonna get worse before it gets better. He was just above water.
I was hoping I'd get the glitch where I could just keep yelling Sean's name during cutscenes.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Around. I can prove your innocence.
And this is how Sean developed his fear of single parents.
Not where I thought that was going, but okay.
See, that's the antidote. Sean's DNA is the antidote to the poison. Come on.
So
For the love of God, David Cage, give me a happy ending here. One.
Can Greg not get kicked in the balls? Is the hospital still losing me at this point?
Yeah.
He drowns?
Yeah, it is.
I think if you take too long to discover the address,
Sean?
Well, no, at this point. At this point,
I don't know.
Is there? Could you possibly not revive him?
I don't-
don't know.
Okay.
I do know that if you take too long to discover the address, Ethan will get here at this point, at some point,
Yeah.
but it'll be way too late. And this is where Sean dies.
I'm thinking you did. Even though he was above water when we got here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it took too long. There we go. He's alive. All right. I'm a parent again.
Sean. Oh. Oh. I thought you were gone.
No, I'm Sean. I know that they sound the same.
I'm Jason, Dad. And that's the twist.
Dad, I knew you'd come and save me.
It turns out the real Jason was Sean all along.
The Jason was the friends we met along the way.
Sean, listen.
Got 10 seconds.
Ever happened to me in my life?
I thought I was Jason.
I want you to know that whatever happens, I love you more than anything in the world. Right?
Well, it doesn't work that way.
I know. If you just like
you drank poison, not a clock.
You just see all his body just like contort when he dies.
Yeah,
immediately.
he gets all red wedding and purple veins, and or the purple wedding.
Ethan,
Sean!
someone's around. I
Madison.
know who the killer is, Ethan. I can prove your innocence.
Congratulations, Ethan. You succeeded.
Who the fuck are you?
You're
Good question.
the father that I have been looking for all these years. The man capable of giving his own life to save his son.
You got what you wanted. I finished your trials. Now let us go.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
I gotta say though,
Your lady friend knows.
the way he's able to kill kids is so friggin' convenient when it's like raining every day of the week.
Hey, take advantage of the situation.
He'd make a killing in Seattle.
I don't think that's possible. Your lady friend knows my secret. Well, you do too, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Ethan
it's like
also
a-
knows.
yeah.
So
So he's a misogynist.
Well, no, here's the thing, because
Fuck, I thought it was gonna be the poison.
if you're if you get to this sequence where only Ethan is alive, either because Norman couldn't complete the investigation, or Madison, I think, either dies or some other shit, Scott will tell Ethan to kill him. Like, he gives him the gun, and it's like, you're the person who I was looking for.
oh,
I have no reason to live anymore now that you exist.
Okay, so now that he's found
yeah,
him.
he's found him. You can kill me now if you want.
Okay.
But because Madison found out who he is too, it's like,
So Ethan's trying to protect Madison.
yeah.
So he gets into a kerfuffle and gets killed.
Which is a little weird,
even though if Ethan killed Scott, he still wouldn't be living out his days in prison. It would still be the same damn thing.
Another thing is that if Scott had the intention of dying after finding the father he want, why would it matter if Madison found out?
That's what I mean.
anyway?
Yeah, like he's not gonna. And no matter what you do, you're not gonna live your days out in prison. Just
Yeah.
give Ethan the gun and say, "Kill me."
If,
We all know Ethan can do it. He did it before.
if Scott has every intention of killing her, why are we so hesitant to pull the trigger? We know his aim is not for want.
Wait, what are you talking about? Wait, one more time?
Scott's trying to kill Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why isn't
I
he
see what
just
you
shooting
mean.
her right now, considering we know that his aim is certainly not
He
bad?
No.
he killed 17 people with 17 bullets.
Yeah.
He's good at this.
But now it's finally his clip's finally.
That's right. He used the 18th shot.
He never reloaded the gun.
It's an H&K. So what he has is an H&K Browning.
Yeah.
The,
been a day and a
No,
half.
the H&K VP70, I guess, whatever that gun was from Resident Evil 2. It's Leon's gun.
God damn it.
How many rounds did it hold?
18.
But he shot more than 18 at that point.
17 and then
He had
one more for
17,
him.
then he shot Ethan.
18.
And then
how
he
was
shot her
and
like,
he shot
like
her
two or
like
three times.
then he had to reload a clip.
Wait, he shot her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
well,
was-
shot at her.
attempting to shoot her. Yeah.
Oh, then I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, what was that gun from Code Veronica? It was the machine gun that had a percentage on it. And
The
then once
automatic
it
pistols.
Yeah, once it was empty, you
If
could
it had a
never reload
percentage,
it.
sure. If
Yeah, I think it was like a
If he was
percentage.
using a gun that had a percentage, sure.
Yeah. Every gun has a percentage.
But you know,
if
back
you
in
want
the
to do the
back
math.
in the day, back when I didn't know any better, I thought that meant like
You shall be.
I thought that meant the percentage of power for the gun.
Oh no,
this
yeah,
gun
I
is
see what
only
you
at
mean.
76%
Like
capacity.
you've used it, so it's only 50% as strong as it used to
Yeah.
be.
You know, that'd be a really good time for the cops to show up.
Are they coming?
This is a case though where I kind of like the limited range and emotion here for Scott, because it does kind of drive in the fact that he's a serial killer.
Right.
Ow.
Ow.
So if Norman didn't meet the wood chipper,
That's not a wood chipper.
it would
crusher.
It would be him fighting Scott here.
Yeah. Okay,
Because his investigation would lead him to here.
I thought he got shot by lightning.
Ow!
Did he miss?
That is not a good face.
That hurt,
This
you
is-
a-hole.
This is the gun that Ethan had,
Yeah.
not Scott's gun.
Yeah. It's the gun that he had from the trials.
See, if
Oh.
Norman were fighting him, he'd be in the crusher.
See, say goodbye to Gaston, everybody.
Now you're heavy rain. What did you say, Ethan?
I said blue skies are gonna clear up.
Put
on a happy face. And then he dies.
Yeah. Blood loss from the finger. Not the gunshot wound.
Or the poison.
Save the kid.
Worst picture they could have gotten for it.
Heavy Rain, trademark hero.
Yeah, so another thing here is that it's actually glad that Elliot managed to hold on to Madison for as long as he did, though, because you do not want to get too strong with Ethan alone.
Yeah.
because
They admitted that.
if everyone else is dead and except Ethan, then Ethan will save Sean, but he'll get mowed down by the police.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Blake is in charge of the operation.
Because David Cage.
Because of David Cage.
Have identified the man thought to be the origami killer. Scott Shelby, 48, is a former police lieutenant who claimed to be a private eye.
Hey, Glenn, camera's over here.
Yeah, what the hell?
Shelby was killed.
Oh no, there's a
there's a-
hurricane warning in Mexico.
There's a camera dead on, but there's all the people on the side of the camera moving things really fast, so he's like very distracted as he gives the story.
Wait, 48. John Shepard died 30 years ago?
Yeah.
At the time of this thing?
So that would be
like
18.
Scott, he was 18, and then we were like 18 years
That
old.
was not an 18-year-old, not in any way whatsoever.
Remember Ethan's ex-wife?
No.
Nope. Nobody does.
At least the one not Ethan.
Sean
They are
doesn't
done.
remember. Nobody remembers.
Hey, Dad! I think I found my room!
The acoustics here are horrible, son. I won't allow such any such thing.
What do you think? I don't know. I think Sean.
I
likes
liked
it.
her apartment better.
I like the.
Yeah, I know. Why did you move in with Madison?
Yeah.
Be able to forget what
They want to leave all of that behind.
Well, then again, it was a 1-bedroom, I think.
Was it? It was a big fucking studio.
seemed like a bad
This looks like a big studio as well.
yeah.
Not to mention you're in deep shit if the friggin' pillars break.
Also, her faucet had 4 heads on it.
Four-headed faucets.
Yeah. The hydro faucet.
You little shit! We were having a moment!
Now we can have a moment.
I'm gonna fucking drown you.
It's like Sean looks really happy. Maybe I should get him a red balloon. No, my God, for the love of God, no. Hey, Dad, they taught us this thing in school called origami. Put it down.
This scene should
now.
just like end with
He's
ABC.
being
No.
buried in 2 days in some godforsaken hole in the back end of beyond near Washington. I have to attend as a matter of protocol.
I'll pass. Jane and I didn't see eye to eye on much.
No problem. I understand.
I understand.
Can you imagine a
Even
grinder-
though he
can you
was
imagine a
right
grinder
and you
being
were
at the
wrong.
fight funeral?
What should I do with him?
Well, we won't be needing them again. Do whatever you want with them.
Put him on. Come on.
Do it, you bitch.
And Ari will kill you
Do it.
for not being the right person wearing them.
You're not the chosen one.
What do you become?
I'm surprised you can even pick him
to
up.
become a skeleton. If you put him on, you're not worthy.
He puts them on, and it's the scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, exactly.
All the flesh leaves his face.
Don't look directly at it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Do
Put 'em
it.
on. Put 'em on. Will they kill the person who's not actually supposed to be wearing
Also, do we need a reminder of how Norman died? How did the glasses survive?
Oh.
No, because he got kicked around.
Oh, you got kicked
Remember?
around. The glasses got
yeah,
he
yeah.
did- okay, Magic did.
Holy shit! I'm in the ending of MK4. If you
Right
look
over
in the
there.
back, you
Yes.
see Jax dropping Jarek.
Where's the guy that runs
If
out
you,
and
listen
slaps him?
if you listen closely, you can still hear him.
Where's the guy that runs out and smacks him?
Yeah.
So we're either in the ending of MK4, or we're on like fucking Hazuma's ending in Tekken, with that smile he gives.
Oh, yeah.
Goofy smile. What?
Welcome to hell, bitch.
Those are $500 sunglasses, asshole.
All right, so now he's hooked on the drug.
I guess so.
Hopped
Either
up
that
on
or
the area.
Norman's
The ghost
brain
of Norman?
was uploaded to Airy or some other shit.
I don't know. I see a buddy cop picture in the works.
You killed my son, Scott. Were you thinking about that when
And
you held
you-
me in your arms?
Yeah, you made out with him.
Yeah, you made out your son's killer, lady. You've got more
Yikes.
issues than Sports Illustrated.
I did all this.
All of this because it started raining. Jeez.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on a second.
Justified it anyway.
What was the year on the tombstone again?
That's it.
I didn't notice it, yeah. Hopefully they show it
I
again.
feel nothing
I think it will.
contempt for you.
nothing but contempt.
I can't.
1967?
Okay, it's going. It's getting.
1967,
To
2000.
2011? That's not 48.
No, that's not.
No, yeah, that's like 44.
That's 40.
Yeah. What's going on with ages in this?
What the hell? Worse than Terminator 2.
That's 44.
Yeah.
I'm a father too.
Aw.
Oh, he shot the credits.
That's the guy.
Oh, he's gonna black out.
So he was supposed
Wow.
to be. So Scott was supposed to be 10 when that happened.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when the
Which
assassin
means
tried to
that
kill
John
Brian Stark.
Shepard would have died in 1977.
Yes.
So yeah, that would have worked.
Yeah. But when did John Shepard die? His tombstone was marked. I forgot the marked tombstone.
67 to 77, 10 years old.
No, but what was John Shepard's death year on the tombstone?
77.
Was it 77?
Yeah.
Okay, that lines up. But
But not Scott's age.
But not Scott's age. I was like, what the hell? Are they 40?
Basic math. Can we do that here?
Wait, no, that doesn't work either.
They were 10 years old when they died.
Oh no, they were twins. They were twins.
Yeah, they were twins.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
that's
twins.
right. That's right.
Rip. So we're done. Heavy rain again.
Yeah.
This time you kill somebody else.
Yeah, this time the victim is Norman.
It was.
Yeah.
It was good. There was there was some hokiness to it. I feel like it was a good story. I feel like it suffered from what happens when you try and tell a good story, but you have to put gameplay along with the story.
Right.
You know, that's always a big concern.
You know, in hindsight, though, I gotta admit, Heavy Rain, while hokey, is still a good time.
It
So
was
ultimately,
good.
I can kind of see why people would have thought David Cage could have done something. Like, it does reek of first-time mistakes,
Yeah.
and ultimately what slams David Cage down is that rather than improve on the mistakes, they're still prevalent, if not more worse,
You
in
say
later
first.
games.
I don't think this was his first game, though.
Indigo
Matt.
Prophecy.
Indigo Prophecy.
Prophecy.
No, I'm saying, like, yeah, but how many of us played that compared to this?
Was it Indigo Prophecy or because wasn't Omicron a David Cage game?
Yes, it was.
Omicron was a David
Okay,
Cage
so yeah,
game.
Omicron. And
Yeah,
Indigo
so
Prophecy.
Omicron I think was
So-
predated.
So
Indigo
I think we're
Prophecy.
beyond first-time mistakes here.
Yeah, that's why.
sorry.
This is.
But,
But yeah, I think that
didn't
it's
know
good.
that.
I do think that it suffers from the. You have this cool story, but then you have to start adding gameplay elements, which is why it's all quick time stuff. Like it's, I think there is an issue with that. I'll tell you what, this would make a really cool, like a Netflix series, something for
Not a
people
bad
to
idea.
watch. I think that this would make a really cool.
But then,
thing is,
who's going to play the grinder?
Who's? Yeah.
excuse me, Scarlett Johansson.
Of course.
It's good, man. You're even whitewashing the chippers. It's like,
But yeah, I think that this would be a cool 10-episode, 20-episode series.
what do you think? What narrative do you think fits the Netflix show? Like, what ending do you go for?
Following Ethan.
Do you keep everybody alive?
Yeah,
What Tripper does
Okay,
is funny.
obviously, you kill Scott Shelby, of course.
What is this? Fuck, marry, kill, Heavy Rain?
I like
Cage, marry Cage, kill Cage.
I think it works better if you can either follow Ethan or Norman. I think Ethan needs to survive at the end. I feel like Madison was a relatively unnecessary character, so you can do whatever you want with that character. I would probably
Have it from the perspective of Norman Jaden. You can make a cop drama out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. And I think
Yeah.
that's the problem. I think people connect more with Ethan than they would with Norman. So I would follow the whole thing.
You
from
follow
Norman.
with Ethan, it's a thriller.
Yeah.
Like a psychological thriller.
But you follow with Norman, it's a cop
it's a
drama.
cop drama.
It's a
And-
space cop drama.
Space cop drama. Oh, area.
Yeah, because let's
Yeah.
face it, dude, he's got to be like some sort of futuristic agent for that kind of shit.
And honestly, you obviously you cut out the blackouts, and I question whether or not you keep all of the Jason stuff.
Like the
The fact that he
You
existed
redo-
in all.
you redo the Jason
because
stuff.
because you don't think about it.
No, if
the
you re-
only thing that Jason stuff sets up is Ethan's sort of depressed state of mind.
Sort of.
separation with his
Which
his
you
wife.
could do that in other ways and not. I felt like the reason one of the things that was going on was that I kind of felt like the fact that Jason died had something to do with the other things that were going on. You know, the whole you're the man who I was looking for that would go out and save his son. Except that we already had a moment where he didn't save his son. So it doesn't seem to fit the narrative that was told for the rest of the movie to have this whole Jason
it would make
dying
more, it would
thing.
make that line would have more impact if Ethan failed to catch Jason in the middle of the road, because he did.
Yeah.
Obviously, he did. There was an attempt to save his son, and he did catch us, which is why we hate that scene so much.
But there's also like other ways I could have killed him from that too, like the whiplash and whatnot.
Well, it would have worked better if Ethan could make it on time and Jason got smacked directly.
Yeah.
You weren't there on time. You couldn't save.
But again,
So
that's
this-
not so much.
so now
that's
this
not
is
so
ju-
much a thing of getting rid of it, just so much as retooling it.
Well, that would be,
reworking it.
but that would be
That's-
retooling it. But that's what I'm saying. Like that would be retooling it. If you don't retool it, then I feel like there's other ways to set up. To be completely honest, I'm not entirely sure that Ethan being depressed was even necessary. Once he found out that his son was in danger, he would have gone through whatever he needed to do to save his son anyway. So the fact that he was depressed is kind of unnecessary to the story.
Well, I was thinking
No, it doesn't mean it's not necessary to the story. No, even if it's not unnecessary to the story at large, the man still has a right to be depressed after his first son is killed.
Yeah, there's always survivor's guilt.
No, but what I'm saying is that for a Netflix series, you would be able to lift that out because you wouldn't need the depression narrative to drive Ethan to save his son.
But the thing is, though, is that but how is a man supposed to react to his son being killed? You're going to go through some heavy depression regardless. It would be completely out of there.
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're missing
I'm saying you cut the Jason death out completely. That you never that Ethan only ever had Sean as a son in the show. You don't need the Jason narrative because you don't need to set up Ethan's depression because Ethan's depression doesn't do anything for the story. You don't ever have Jason exist at all in the show.
So then, wait. So then, if Sean gets killed, what's he doing there?
Saving his son.
Saving his son.
No.
You don't need to have lost one son to drive you to save another son.
Yeah, it's a
you
kid.
find your son is in danger, you're going to save him no matter what. So the fact that's why I kept wondering with the whole setup for Jason dying, was that going to have kicked? Remember, I made the comment before, like, what if the origami killer, the person that kidnapped Sean, is the person in the car that killed Jason, and he's felt guilt his entire life? You know, it's a goofy, stupid setup. But it incorporates Jason dying. This doesn't incorporate Jason dying at all.
Jason's death has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah.
So if you were to do like a Netflix show, I would cut all of that stuff out. I would not have. I would have Sean only ever be.
If you were to adapt it into a Netflix series, you can begin with Ethan and Sean in their derelict row home.
Yeah,
you get the idea that there was a strained relationship. There was a
strained relationship. His career fell apart, and that strained the relationship.
Yeah.
Like
And
I don't feel like it was completely necessary to have Jason die or exist at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, you don't even actually have to have Sean be depressed. You don't even need to set up the depression because the depression doesn't seem
do
to change
anything.
the story. It didn't affect the story at all.
Because at the end of the day, it wasn't a dour episode that left him vulnerable for Sean to get kidnapped. It was a random fucking blackout.
Yeah, it was just a random thing that that came from nothing like that. I feel like you would cut, because that's what happens when you take a story and you adapt it to a video game. You have to add a bunch of extra stuff. When you take a video game and you adapt it to a story, you have to cut out a bunch of stuff. So you have to look at all of these things,
or at least
and say
rework it
necessary.
so that it works. So at least rework it for the sake of time. I want to say sometimes you don't get rid of something outright, but you just rework it.
Like Madison works Madison works to help you towards the ending, because when you get to the ending, you want Ethan to have a relationship and have his son. So it's something that you need to sort of throw in there. I don't know. That's my thoughts. After all this, it's still raining.
Yeah, and the taxidermist DLC is not here.
No, it's not part of the re-release at all.
Which is
really goes to show how much they really gave a shit about the taxidermist.
Yeah, seriously.
But we already did an episode of the taxidermist.
Yeah,
years ago.
Well, you already did this game.
True
too,
enough,
so.
but we don't feel like getting out the PS3.
Speaks a lot about video game preservation, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right. But anyway, we hope you guys did enjoy our revisit of Heavy Rain. Again, the original was, God, it's it's almost, at the time of this upload, it'll probably be almost a year. Not a year, fucking
It feels longer
9
than
years.
that.
9 years.
Yeah,
9
I
years.
was gonna
It'd
say.
be 9 years.
You're using the heavy rain
8
dating
years,
system.
8 years. Jesus Christ.
Using the heavy rain
Yeah,
date system
it-
where
That
the
was
years
math
are all
as-
over the place.
That was math as the news anchor.
You know, 9 years ago when John was 17. Because that's how heavy rain keeps
pretty
dates.
much. Philadelphia fucks with their arithmetic. But as always, we thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for this revisit. I had fun revisiting it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say to see Norman die.
It's very cool to much like the L.A. Noire playthrough. It was very cool for me to watch this game that had. I got to see the story as this story should have been consumed, not playing the game, just getting the story. Because I feel like if I was playing the game, it would interrupt the narrative.
Yeah.
But with that said, we'll catch you guys at the next playthrough. I'm John.
Elliot.
Matt,
I'm Greg.
We're the Super Gamer Brothers. You guys, thank you for watching. Have a
What are you doing next time,
and
by the way,
take,
Elliot?
I don't know. Take care. We're already going to end the video.